Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. Free game on Steam. Keeping going, like, comment, subscribe. We're in the library car now, and it looks like I'm going to drop some inventory stuff. I'll dump what I don't need. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. Oh, he already dropped. I didn't get to choose. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio, I want to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl. Since everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. This is just you just ignore, I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic, I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? The birthday girl has a master key. Right, the birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now, what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I see. I'm the detective. I can't be the murderer. And I'm, just making sure things go well. Things aren't going great. Not sure if you've forgotten, but there was a murder. Well, I mean, besides that. Besides murder? Ah, my social skills. Non-existent. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio the Poet. Poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader meant to challenge our delicate perspectives with the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 dee 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 dee. Was that it? I have more if you like. Cherry blossoms in the spring. I'm satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Gaston and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, Shadow, and Sonic all passed through this library car. Yeah, how did Sonic end up all the way back here? Where Amy told me and Espio to stay. I probably picked a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Oh, wrong voice. Vector got bored, so he left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yup. Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way," at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She always been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino car, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why has Shadow been locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. Got so engrossed by the rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the saloon car. I guess he walked through the library car to the casino car again, locked the door behind him, then returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. Fucking brain spread them. We were worried about the bookshelves following us, but we got through it all right. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived asking us questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector and Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I've got you covered too. Thanks, guys. Our alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. Tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. What's this bright red book? Oh, yuck, this reeks of evil scientist, Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's weird this is even here. Ah, that's suspicious. Maybe they'll just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. So many books on the ground, wish she had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. but Rouge pulled a lot of these out too, searching for something. What reckless behavior. I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing. They're opening too far. This kid feels empathy for everything. Something's always in the trash. Hate to say it, but there's nothing here. Ah, I really thought there'd be something there. Gaston, you said there was nothing in the trash bin? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something in the next trash bin. We'll be fine. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay, let's try to have a secret, I'm sure of it. Gaston, you're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Hang in there, poster. A chow hangs precariously for tree branch. Hang in there. Wow, I really need to see this. This little chow's hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety because choosing the hard way is often more rewarding. That's beautiful. This chow accepted his principles and find strength, and I can too. There's no way there's that much thought into this poster, right? Alright, the brochure. Ooh, brochures. There are travel destinations here like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants, So there's a couple of maps here. It's a map of the library card. The books are categorized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Should we take this brochure about a cave too? Looks like stalactites. Now leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. The only other things other than the people to click on. Oh. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books, but Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He scampered through all the book titles excitedly. It's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen out on the floor and everything, but broken themselves out in order, but this one, the Mirage Express manual. It's the user's guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. Let's take a pause and sit for a second. The chairs are very comfy, so plush, puts me in the right mood to read. It makes me want to take a nap, personally. Back now, the rest of my last week. Gaston, no, don't fall asleep. It's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. Oh, poor thing, that I was really struggling to clean all this up. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up this mess either. Let's just leave it alone to do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. What piece of evidence am I missing? The globe. A globe or marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. A lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people, shops, food can't be beat either. Sounds perfect for a vacation. I'm just talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you ever visit, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. Tell them everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. Keep that in mind. Thanks. Who knows? Everyone has been everywhere, haven't they? How do we prove? Ah! Right, what else is there to click on here? Guess we can talk to SBO. Fancy a poem? Can I get a poem about trains? Locomotive in motion, I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. I actually really like that one. Talk. What'll it be? Okay, poem about space. I've made it up to space with my beloved antique vase. Vase. But a mistake in my haste dropped the vase from my embrace, so my antique I must now replace. Don't read too deeply, it's just a poem. He hasn't thought it through, has he? Can I take your order? I have a poem about this. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored the grumbling tummy, for the eggs I received are scrambled when I asked for my eggs honey. My talent is wasted on you lot. Did you bring me any meat to chop? Maybe a butcher, but I confiscated my inkler before getting on the train. I tried to bring a knife on the train. I'm a man of authenticity tales. Without a knife, I'm just a chef with a ketchup-stained apron, not a butcher. I think if you had a knife on you, we definitely think you were the murderer. But what if I hid the knife? No, I'm not the biggest fan of this line of thought. Okay, so we talk about that. I don't know how to prove it. Should I supposedly walk through that before going to the saloon car? Should Shadow left the library locked door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Should we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Shadow's lock is added. I think we found enough clues. Oh, that was the clue. Let's go interrogate Vector to find out what really happened. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust either of you, but I wouldn't be a proctor without examining the validity of your alibis. Gaston and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio was really reading in the library card. Vector, we'll start with you. Why did you leave the library card to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if needed.
Well, that's easy. I got bored. What?
I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social.
Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine in the saloon car, so I figured I'd go check it out.
Seems a lot of the information we gathered from Knuckles. Then that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car and found something that left. You said you needed to start reading, but were you actually reading the entire time in the library car?
Of course he was. Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it happen.
Must have been a good read. What was the book?
Espio doesn't know even that. Detective, let the man live. What if it was embarrassing?
What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch on what that book might be. Gaston, could you help me out? Alright, what could he have been reading? We have one book.
Manual. You think Espio was reading instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this?
A difficult platformer. Getting trickier. There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books on the shelves are all in alphabetical order. All except this manual, meaning someone at the very least picked the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail is normally like you, Espio.
Hey now, I won't have something my pal like this.
Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself.
Apologies, Espio.
Butcher and a poet. Friendship can come from anywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading, the Mirage Express Manual. Trains are cool. In that case, I'd like to ask you a question about the manual. Gaston, if you don't mind. Could you ask Espio a question about the manual, just to flip to a page and ask away? Except about the manual, provided he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? Page 14. Okay, and what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During events, they can perform a variety of tasks and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes afterwards. I remember the conductor saying the train cleaned itself, though I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to hire any janitors. Robotic arms cost to detect weapons that are supposed to be brought on the train, ensuring passenger safety. So I guess for this sack, I just Gaston him with another one. Which page do I choose? Page 89. What is Ron's cancellation policy? No refunds, you'll be charged a no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. I mean, this rule must have been over 65. Last one I saw to see if Espio go 3 for 3. Do a big page. What was implemented to support the conductor of these general train obligations? An intelligent data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to ensure smooth travel for guests. Remember this, train has autopilot but can't access its full suite of capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yes. Totally. It's wild to be able to obtain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. Don't know if I can brag about that. Clearly read the manual. Those answers feel far too specific to be guesses.
And you both have the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to support folks who read?
I have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound suspicious, even if true. But the answer because of calling it's very impressive. No, I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading after all. My alibi is hard to substantiate despite being the truth. We definitely read through the manual, so I suppose we can... Espio, is that true? Vector's the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem? Frankly, I don't believe that can be true, and we have evidence to back it up. Gaston? You always supposed to be on the spot. Okay, Gaston, think. We should have a piece of evidence linked to someone else who saw Espio reading. Shadow. Shadow's lock. Please, pray tell what this has to do with anything. We're up, Gaston. Let's get our argument together. Getting trickier. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the saloon car, where he set the original high score on the arcade machine.
Yeah, but I ended up beating it. It wasn't the high score long. Drunks are natural gamers.
Espio said he saw Shadow in the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentioned that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector's saloon car, Espio was fully seated reading his book for a good while at this point. We know Shadow had to walk back through the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book that I didn't notice, Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening along wouldn't have caused you to look up? Well, you see... Jeff finding the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow turn the saloon car to lock all the doors, then at that moment were you really in the library car at all? How would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors and no one saw Espio in the saloon car. It's a mystery, my dear Gaston, one that I would love for Espio to solve. You've got to believe me. Cool, the meter is vanishing. I was so involved in my book I didn't notice Shadow pass back through to the library car. Honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention.
Yeah, I think I remember doing that.
I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio, if you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I wasn't. I didn't. That doesn't seem right to me. It definitely feels like he's on his own, but I don't see it. Suspicious of this right, or did he somehow vanish and not notice Shadow's return? And Espio. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak tips. I have a piece of evidence that can answer all of our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? The library map. There we go. The map, there was a blind sight. The library map. Oh, I see. The exits, they're right across from another, a straight path. Shadow walked down this straight path. There's ways Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen one another. So you have to put where exactly the map. Where could Espio have been where Shadow had not seen him? It's right here. Interesting, that's where I was sitting reading my book.
I can second this. When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spot.
That confirms it then. You see, Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from this spot because of a bookcase in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio or vice versa. Makes a lot of sense why you never meant Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt like I was grasping despite telling the truth. I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end.
Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy.
Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. Well, it seems the door in the next car is open. Maybe must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. And that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio.
Give 'em heck, and if you need any meat chopped up, say the word.
I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick, tick, tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. This part feeling pretty confident in our detective abilities. We're really doing this. Come on, Gaston, let's see what's next. Coming! Gone, gal. That's interesting. So thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed another episode of The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. There's more coming. There's at least two more cars, probably 3 more cars that need to be done, so probably 3 more videos. So thank you once again, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye for now.